This shit is nice, but it's worth it. It's all about community. Spirituality is important. PocaSPEAKS.
Hey y'all, come on in. Happy Tuesday. We're gonna get started in a second.
PocaSPEAKS. This shit is nice, but it's worth it. It's all about
We got some good topics today. Some things that need to be discussed. Thank you, my baby. I was just about to respond to the message too. I surely was.
This shit is nice, but it's worth it.
Okay. I was about to say what's going on. All right, we about to get started.
It's all about community. Spirituality is important. PocaSPEAKS.
All right. Again, happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. Of course, this is Topic Tuesday, so we have some topics to go over. It's actually kind of a lengthy list today. Some of these topics are more recent, meaning like the last 2 days, and then some of them are from like the end of last week a little bit. Either way, we're going to get into all of them. Again, on Topic Tuesday, this is a day that we go into any mainstream topics, any, things that we kind of need to discuss, or things that are interesting to discuss, or things that I feel like y'all should be, y'all should have knowledge of, because it's a lot of shit going on, and a lot of people don't be knowing what's going on, and that to me is very scary. So if I need to come bridge the gap, then by all means, I have no problem doing that. Okay. So, again, we have a pretty lengthy list of things that we're going to kind of go through. Some of these things I kind of already touched on a little bit, so I'll kind of just be reiterating certain stuff. Again, feel free to send me any topics that y'all want me to cover or you want me to go over. I have no problem going over, specific things. Some things I don't see until later on. So if you could send it to me, save me the time, that's cool as well. I don't mind. Also, we did do Message Mondays yesterday, and we pulled general messages for the upcoming week. So if you did not see that, definitely go back and watch that video as well. Just to get any messages that you may need, take what resonates, leave the rest. Tomorrow is our Higher Wisdom Wednesdays. We'll be getting into numerology tomorrow, and how to use numerology, to go about your everyday, day-to-day, to know what you need to do yearly and things of that nature, so that you can take advantage of whatever energetic cycle you may personally be in. So definitely tune in tomorrow as well. But anyways, let's kick it off. So there's a lot of shit going on right now. Number one, with food. I'm going to start here. As many of you guys know, a lot of our food has been poisoned since. Okay, they've been poisoning us for a while. And I'm one of those people that, I'm not the biggest advocate of like, you need to go vegan, you need to eat this type of diet. Like, I don't care. But at the end of the day, we do need to be paying attention to what the fuck we are putting into our bodies. Not necessarily because, oh, it's chicken and oh, it's this and oh, it's that, oh, it's meat, but because of the fact that these motherfuckers are purposely fucking with shit, okay, that can cause serious health issues. So it's beyond, just, oh, I'm trying to be vegan or I'm trying to live this type of lifestyle. It's beyond that. At this point, it's health risk. Okay, it's life or death at this point. So, two different topics or two different categories of food I'm gonna touch on today. The first one is, there's a new report on that they just did, a new study that they just did on 25 to 30 of the most popular beers and wines. Okay, out of these 25 to 30 wines and beers, they have found that all of them contain something called glyphosate poisoning or poison. Okay, this is found, apparently this is some type of chemical compound that's found in like industrial settings and things of that nature. It should not be in food. Okay, let's just say it like that. And when I say the top beers and wines, I'm talking about your Sutter Homes, I'm talking about your Coronas, I'm talking about your Stellas, I'm talking about it's a long list of them. I didn't pull the list because I didn't feel like going through all of that, but definitely go read and check out that article. You can find it either on TikTok or you can just type it in. But it is a list of wines and beers that we all kind of partake in to some degree. And you just need to be careful because I mean they're poisoning fucking alcohol. That's just beyond me. Okay, so go check that out. Definitely look into that. Because you can't even turn up and have a good time no more without them trying to unalive you. It's fucking crazy. The second thing that I came across is Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. So this man did a study on Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. This was a couple of years ago, and he found out that when at the time that Popeyes and Chick-fil-A had their ingredients list posted, at this point you're not going to be able to find it because of this study that he did. But at one point, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A used to post their ingredients list, which you're supposed to do as any seller. You're supposed to tell people what is in the food that they're fucking eating. I mean, that's just FDA protocol. You're supposed to let people know what the fuck they're putting into their body so they can choose to put it into their body or not. But at one point they had the ingredients of their chicken sandwiches listed on social media. Well, not on social media, but on their websites. And this man went and basically did an investigation on both Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and found out that both sandwiches contain over 30 different chemicals. There is, I think, 45 to 50 total ingredients, and 30 to 35 of those ingredients are straight chemicals. I'm gonna say that again because sometimes it don't be registering for y'all. There is only 45 to 50 ingredients in the chicken sandwich, period. Now that already don't make sense because the chicken sandwich doesn't require 35 to 50 fucking ingredients. Okay, the main ingredient in a chicken sandwich is a damn chicken sandwich. Okay, and some seasonings. And I don't think you need 10 to 15 different seasonings for a damn chicken sandwich. That doesn't even make sense. So we're already not making sense. Okay, it's a chicken sandwich with over 50 fucking ingredients. That makes no goddamn sense. But on top of that, you're telling me 30 to 35 of those 50 ingredients are chemicals? My question is, what type of chemicals are you putting in a motherfucking chicken sandwich? Like, what chemical? Like, where are they? Did you pump it in the chicken? Did you season the fucking sandwich with chemicals? Like, I'm just so confused. So after this man did this motherfucking study, he posted it online and he basically was trying to get people aware of like the fact that, you're eating fucked up processed food. And instead of, Chick-fil-A and Popeyes addressing it, they basically just snatched their ingredients list off of their websites so you can no longer find what the fuck is in that damn sandwich or any of those sandwiches. Okay, so this be my thing, right? The whole chicken sandwich thing, it is half stereotypical, right? It's a stereotype. Oh, black people like chicken, 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 chicken. So we're going to keep making these different renditions of chicken sandwiches for black people because we like chicken. But the whole thing is they're using something that they know is a staple in our community. Forget the stereotype, okay? Because that's like saying, tacos and Mexicans don't go together. It do. Just like chicken and niggas go together. It just go together, right? Just like pasta and Italians go together. Some stereotypes are based kind of in reality. So it just is what it is. But they're using this to their advantage. They're using this to purposely poison the particular community that they're targeting, which is our motherfucking asses. So I'm not saying, again, go 100% vegan and just, whatever. What I am saying is eat cautiously. Don't just be one of those people who think that, oh, I'm spiritual, so I can eat whatever I want to eat and it's not going to affect me. That's dumb as shit. It don't matter if you spiritual, Christian, religious, don't believe in nothing, completely atheist. I don't give a damn. They are killing us through this motherfucking food. That's just the reality. Okay? That's just the motherfucking reality. You don't have to be of no type of spiritual essence for this food to be fucking you up. It just is what it is, and people just need to pay attention. Okay, so all I'm saying is, if you're still eating Popeyes chicken sandwiches and Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches, proceed with caution. Okay, if you've been experiencing certain body ailments or issues, I would suggest maybe detoxing off of some of that stuff and seeing how you feel. You don't know what's affecting you until you come up off of it and you can see the difference in your body and how your body responds. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, after 17 hours of fasting, of straight fasting, with only with no food or no water, the cells start to heal themselves. So maybe y'all need to do a 17-hour fast. Once you hit 17 hours, you go into your body goes into this process where the cells start to actually turn inward and heal themselves, so they don't have to focus on breaking down food in the body or trying to do any of that shit. So they go inward and they start to heal after 17 hours of no food and no water. So maybe some of you guys may need to do that. I'm just saying, detox your body. This is the time to do so. While we're in the same avenue, let me cross some of this stuff out that I already went through. While we're in the same avenue of the chicken sandwich, let's speak on Jamie Foxx real fast. Only because it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about in regards to the chicken sandwich. Now, we know that they recently just made the, they clone Tyrone movie and all of that good stuff. And we know that, Jamie Foxx was in the hospital and had all this stuff, these medical issues going wrong with him or whatever the case is. And then he popped back out looking completely fucking different. Well, there's a video circulating on TikTok of this motherfucker being over 6 feet tall. Now, Jamie Foxx is not a very, very tall guy. He's never been a super, super tall guy. I believe, according to Google, he was about 5'9", 5'10", pushing it maybe, but he was never super, super crazy tall, okay? But there's a video floating around on TikTok of this motherfucker being at least 6'2", 6'3", standing in some fast food line getting some food or something, and people are recording this huge motherfucker. Okay, now we already know that, or most of us know, that Jamie Foxx has not been Jamie Foxx since a while. Okay, early 2000s. Y'all gotta understand, and like I've been telling y'all, and we're gonna say allegedly just for YouTube purposes, but like I've been telling y'all, allegedly, when these people come into the industry and they don't want to go along with the industry shit, they will find a way to make it happen. Okay, i.e., they clone Tyrone. Okay, so Jamie has not been Jamie for a while. I mean, y'all gotta understand that first. And then they remodeled this motherfucker and made him the size of the Anunnaki, and I don't like that. Okay, so we know that that's not Jamie. If you want to go check the video out, again, it's on TikTok. Just type in Jamie Foxx spotted tall. That's all you gotta type in. It will come up. The shit makes no motherfucking sense. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up now just to show y'all. How big this motherfucker look. It's astonishing. Okay, so let's see. Look at how big this motherfucker is. Do y'all see how big this man is? It makes no motherfucking sense for him to be that big. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. When have you ever in your motherfucking life, in your wildest dreams, seen Jamie Foxx 1,000 feet tall? What are we talking about? Okay, what are we talking about? So yeah, that's that on that. I mean, Stevie Wonder could see that don't make no motherfucking sense. Okay, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, who else is blind? All of the people who can't see can see that that's the fuck off. Like, let's just be all the way for real with ourselves and stop playing so many games. Cause I'm just tired of them playing games with us. I'm over it. Now I don't know if Jamie went over there and got a leg extension because niggas is getting their knees fixed and their legs extended so they can be taller. That is a thing and it's happening. I've seen a black man get it done and it's very weird. So I don't know, but I know that that's not Jamie. Yes, and he doesn't have the tattoo on his head anymore. Very weird. Very weird. If you know Jamie Foxx, he had that tattoo at the back of his head. I remember back in the 2000s when he first got that motherfucker and everybody thought he had lost his mind. So we know Jamie to have a tattoo on the back of his head, and we don't know Jamie to be over 6 feet tall. That's absolutely insane. Okay? And like you said, they're not even fucking trying no more. Okay? They just putting shit out and don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't give a damn if that shit don't look right or don't make sense or that we ain't never seen this nigga 7 feet tall. They don't care. They just like, fuck it. Okay? We gotta push him back out here in the face of the people to keep making money. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay, so that's another thing. All right, now let's get into some of these bodily things that we use that are now reported to cause cancer. So if you have been recently using sunscreen, okay? There are reports coming out that sunscreen is causing cancer. The popular brands of sunscreen, a lot of the over-the-counter brands of sunscreen are being linked to causing skin cancer, okay? And other types of cancers developing in the body because of these motherfucking sunscreens. Now, y'all remember probably like 2020, 2021-ish when we were, as a collective, waking up as a collective, right? When the woke started really being more woke, and we were discussing melanin, right? Melanin was one of the biggest topics in 2020 and 2021 as we were going through the pandemic, because a lot of melanated beings were the ones that were waking up to who they truly are, the power that they possess, and so on and so forth. Now, during that conversation, during that time, we were all conversing with each other in regards to how our melanin is so powerful and it does so many things that we never were taught about, right? One of those things being protecting us melanated people from the sun, right? From the harmful UV rays of the sun, right? And how if y'all ever seen that video about how under the black light or whatever light, sunscreen basically is black on the skin. When they rub that shit in, it's basically black. Okay? If there was an experiment done, I'll pull it up. There was an experiment done where they, were showing white people's skin under this light, and then they told them to put sunscreen on, and then it turned black. Let's see. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is one of them. So watch when she put this sunscreen on. Y'all see how her face look under that black light? That's what sunscreen looks like under a UV light. Okay? It looks like chocolate skin. It looks like melanin. I don't care what color you are. Okay? You put that damn sunscreen on, it's going to make you chocolate because melanin protects you from the sun. Okay? So watch when she puts that on her face. Now she's a ninja. Okay? She's a ninja under the UV. Okay? So all of this we already knew as black people, right? Black people ain't never really used sunscreen. I wasn't necessarily the black kid that was raised using sunscreen. The only time I used sunscreen that I can remember is if I had to go to if I went to like a summer camp or some type of school setting and they required us to bring sunscreen, especially if it was like a summer camp. Like that was one of the mandatory things, like please pack sunscreen with your child and things of that nature. But any other time, and y'all know if you are a 90s baby like me, or 80s baby, 70s, anything from the 90s and back, because them 2000 kids and up they different. But anything from the 90s and back, we was outside. We lived outside. Okay, outside was our home. That was our first home, and then being in the house was the second home. For real, for real. When the last time you remember your mother putting you on some motherfucking sunscreen for you to go outside? Be fucking real. It never happened. Okay. If anything, our mothers made sure we had on Vaseline. They made sure that we had on some cocoa butter or some Jergens or some Nivea. You know what I'm saying? Because black people, we gotta use, thick moisturizers that last all day. So we had to use that heavy duty shit. We can't use that cocoa butter lotion that come from the Dollar General because that shit is water. We can't use that. You're gonna be ashy in 3 seconds, right? So we were heavily saturated in some type of heavy moisturizing product. Okay. And then we went the fuck outside. That was that on that. Before we went to school in the rising, I remember my mother greasing my face down with Vaseline or baby oil or something of that nature, or baby gel. Y'all remember when they started making the baby oil gel? That's when shit really started to get wicked. She would grease me the fuck down. I would go outside looking like a glazed donut. That's how we grew up, okay? Our mothers was not drenching us down in no goddamn sunscreen. Can we be for real right now? You ain't never in your life got lathered up by sunscreen at a young age. If you was born in the 90s or before, it never happened. Now, as we got into the 2000s, like I said, that's when shit started to get a little bit different, okay? Because that's when the 80s babies start having babies and shit, and they wanted to raise their kids a little different, they do a little different shit. So I don't know how they was raised. But I know as for us 90s, 80s, and 70s babies, we had Vaseline, we had baby oil, we had baby oil gel, we had Jergens, we had Nivea, we had cocoa butter. And we went the fuck outside, okay? We ain't never had no motherfucking sunscreen. And we was in the motherfucking sun all day long. The straight heat of the sun all day long. All day long, riding bikes, running up and down the street, and then we wouldn't come in until it was dark outside. So we spent the whole day in that sunlight, and ain't none of us ever popped up with no motherfucking skin cancer. Ain't none of us ever popped up with no skin issues, or anything on that level, because we're melanated. We don't need that shit, right? Now, recently, over the last, I want to say a year and a half, sunscreens have been more widely promoted to the Black community. I've been seeing so many doctors so pressed to get on the internet and be like, everybody needs sunscreen. Everybody needs sunscreen. Everybody has to put sunscreen on. No, the fuck we don't. And if we're going based on, organic, because there are organic ways to protect your sun from UV rays. For example, shea butter. Shea butter is a natural protectant against the sun. You know, there's other different oils, avocado oil, vitamin E oil. There's so many other different oils that we as melanated people have been using, still use, and can use to protect our skin from the sun. And that thick grease and cream attracted dirt. So we had a I'm crying. We definitely had an extra layer of protection for motherfucking sure. Because we was out there getting dirty. You know, it wasn't really too many. Even the girly girls back then still was outside. You know, that's just what it was. We was outside thugging with our rounds. Okay, not really doing anything important, but having a time of our motherfucking lives. Okay, and we was protected from the motherfucking sun. We didn't come in with no motherfucking sunburn. That didn't happen. That never happened. We was outside all summer, from as early as 11:30, 12, or whenever our mothers would let us out the motherfucking house, to when them street lights came on. Heavy on the street lights, okay? So for us to be outside that long, all during the motherfucking day, okay, and not having no skin issues, goes to show that we didn't need all of that extra added, you know, BS that they're trying to convince us of. So like I said, over the last, I don't know why my eyes trying to burn. Over the last year and a half, all of these quote unquote experts and doctors, and some of them even been black, have been coming online talking about, oh, you know, even if you're black, we need sunscreen too. Even if you're black, you know, you still need to protect your skin from the sun, and blah 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 blah, and whoop de whoop de whoop. And I feel like, you know, all of that is for a reason. Again, now we're saying that all of this motherfucking sunscreen is directly linked to skin cancers and different cancers being developed through the skin, and starting to, you know, go further into the body and create other issues. So they're pushing products on us that they know are going to make us sick. Period. Same thing with hair care products. A lot of you guys are using some of these hair care products that are also linked to cancer. Okay, if you're still getting perms, do you want to be alive? Certain things I just don't understand as we move into 2020, 2024. Why are you still perming your hair? That's really a serious question that I have for a lot of my people. I'm not getting it. Number one, because why the fuck are you doing that shit? And then number two, the chemicals. We are in a place now in 2023 where we have complete access to information, right? There's nothing that these motherfuckers can really do that we're not going to find out about, or that we can't go research and study at this point. So you're willingly participating in poisoning yourself from your head. Now, one thing that they, you know, didn't really teach us a lot about is our scalp. Okay, and your scalp absorbs. This is why for melanated people, right, we have to put oils and things in our hair, because our scalp absorbs whatever the fuck we put in it. Okay, this is why when we're trying to maintain our hair and make sure that our hair is not drying out and staying moisturized down to the follicle. Okay, this is why we oil our scalp and we grease our scalp. We've been greasing our scalp since I don't know how motherfucking long. Y'all remember when our mothers used to pull out the motherfucking blue magic or the green kind and sit your ass between her legs and grease that scalp? Are you serious? A lot of this stuff we've been doing. This is what I'm saying. We've been doing a lot of stuff for a long time, and it's not registering to us because we're not being, you know, we're not moving in intention, right? We're just kind of doing, right? And for a long time, we've just been kind of doing stuff, not realizing that it's actually attached to other things. So when our mothers used to lay us down, sit us down, whatever, and grease and moisturize our scalp, it was for a reason. It wasn't just because. It's because your scalp is skin. and it absorbs what is in it, right? And whatever it absorbs is not only going to affect your hair and your hair follicles, but your brain. Okay, it's also right underneath. You have blood vessels that connect from your brain to the rest of your body. So whatever chemicals you're putting in your head, it's absorbing through your scalp and it can enter your bloodstream. Again, you have major blood vessels that are connected to your head and the rest of your body. So can you imagine what you're pushing, possibly pushing through your bloodstream when you're doing stupid ass shit like that? And y'all know I love y'all, so I gotta talk to y'all like this because nobody else is gonna talk to y'all like this. Okay. So please be cautious with the hair products you're using. Please be cautious with the skin products you're using, as well as deodorants. If you don't know about deodorants, a lot of deodorants cause cancer as well. A lot of breast cancer is linked to deodorants, and you're probably like, how the fuck is breast cancer linked to a deodorant? Well, you have something called lymphatic nodes in your arms, under your arms, that connect right to your breast tissue. If you pull up your arm, you have whole ass meat under here that goes right to your titties. I mean, that's just that on that. So if you're using deodorant with heavy metals, those metals have an opportunity to enter your lymphatic system or your bloodstream, and it's going to go right to the other lymph nodes, which are connected in your motherfucking breast tissue, okay? Or it can go up. You have lymph nodes here, you have them in your neck, you have them in your face. Okay, so it can spread. All right, so just be careful. I know it may be exhausting changing so many different aspects of your life and what you're used to, but you either change it now so that you can live and not have to worry about health issues, or you can keep doing what you want to do because you're lazy and you really don't give a shit, and you're just being dumb and not change anything, and then now your family has to figure out your funeral expenses. And again, I'm just being real with y'all because people are dying and they're not waiting for our permission to die. Okay, I mean, that's just that on that. Ask how many, go research how many people then buried they loved ones in the last 6 months due to cancers or unexplained deaths. Just go research that. That's a rabbit hole. All right, so now we're getting off of a little bit off of the products and the food. Now let's take it to the hospitals. So there is a nurse that is currently going viral on TikTok. I don't know if she's a nurse per se, but she's definitely in the medical field. She works at a hospital. And she basically came to give a report. She said that she was at work just recently. And her director, her boss, whoever runs the hospital, basically came to her or her team had a meeting with all of them and said that her hospital is preparing for the COVID spike next week. Okay, her hospital came to her, had a meeting with all of her people, all of their people, I guess, in the hospital, and told them that they're going to be doing certain things to prepare for the COVID spike that is going to happen next week. Now, let's ask some questions here. How the fuck do you know that the COVID is going to spike next week? That's number one. How the fuck do you know that? Okay. And this is what she asked them. She asked the guy or whoever was giving this announcement at her job at the hospital, how do y'all know this? Right? Like, where are you getting this information from that you can prepare for COVID to spike a week from now? And she said that the director or whoever it was looked at her and said, you should already know by now. Bitch, excuse me? I should, huh? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Come again? Okay. That motherfucker basically said in so many words, bitch, we doing this. That's how we know. We know because we making it happen. We know because we with the shit. What the fuck? That's basically what he said to her. Like, what the fuck do you mean? You should know how we know, because we starting it. We making this shit the fuck up. We're the ones that's creating this plot. Fuck is you talking about? Duh. Now, this is my question to all of the medical professionals, those who work in the medical field at this point. Okay. How the fuck are you still working there with your conscience? Okay, if you are somebody who has intel and your directors, your bosses, your people are coming to you and telling you, yeah, we are a part of this bullshit, we're participating in making people sick, getting people sick, and then fake treating them or unaliving them in the hospitals, okay? Because basically the man told her, like, y'all need to get these ventilators right, y'all need to get these certain machines right, and all of this. And they're like, what the fuck would we need these machines for? So they telling you how bad it's going to be to make you go and prepare ventilators and shit for people to breathe. What the fuck? Okay. Now, not only that, but we know this was probably like a year ago where Biden accidentally, who fucking knows, whoever controls his robot, had him up there talking about we need to prepare for the next pandemic. Now that don't make no motherfucking sense to me, because bitch, you shouldn't know when the next pandemic is. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so it lets you know that pandemics are most definitely planned. Okay, planned, orchestrated, set the fuck up, promoted, all of those different things. Um, and it's a money grab. I mean, if y'all can't see that it's a money grab by this point, I don't fucking know. Most of these people, billionaires, millionaires, have some type of stock or some type of money in the pharmaceutical business because it is one of the most lucrative businesses that there is. Between the beauty and health industry, you have the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, that's $1 trillion business. Okay, so everybody want to get a little piece of the pie. And one thing about these hospitals are, hospitals are privately owned. A lot of people don't know that. These hospitals aren't owned by your state or your local government or the federal government. No, not at all. These hospitals are privately owned. Okay, there's an old ass man somewhere who is the CEO of the hospital. Okay, and these motherfuckers are the ones that you need to watch out for, because they are the ones who go to these meetings. They are the ones who say that their hospital is going to participate in the bullshit in order for them to make money. Okay, money. In 2021, I read a report that every COVID patient or every COVID person that comes to a hospital and is treated through a hospital, whatever the case is over $500,000 per patient. That was in 2021 in the article that I read. Who knows what the fucking number is by this point? Who fucking knows? So they're making money off of you being sick. They're making money off of planning for you to get sick. Now, there's a video going around on TikTok as well where, and I'm going to show y'all that, where there are planes that are dropping off bugs in the sky. And I'm going to speak on what me seeing it firsthand, because I experienced this shit firsthand in June, Father's Day weekend. If you don't know, I live in the DMV area, so I'm not far from Baltimore. I went to Baltimore for a festival that they have every year. Where's that video? I went to Baltimore for a festival that they have every year. It's called the AFRAM Festival. It's basically an African American type festival that they have. And during this festival, at first everybody is having a great time. Again, it's outside in the grass and kind of like in the open fields at a park. So it's in the open field of the park and things of that nature. And during this motherfucking festival, we're all sitting and everything is cool, and all of a sudden it is like Attack of the Gnats. Okay, it literally went from 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds. It's like, it was just crazy. And prior to that happening, there was a plane or a helicopter that went over us, and I didn't connect the two things at that point and at that time, because I just wasn't thinking about it. Who did I send this to? I can't find it. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Yeah, here you go. So during the festival, I couldn't necessarily, I didn't, put two and two together. But after I seen this video, I'm like, oh shit, it kind of registered. So I'm gonna show you the plane dropping off mosquitoes, okay, onto people below. And then I'm gonna show you clips from the Afram festival that I was at. Um, and you can see everybody kind of swatting and going crazy. So I don't know if y'all can see the helicopter dropped off all of them motherfucking bugs in the sky. Those are mosquitoes. Those are bugs being dropped off, allegedly, by a motherfucking helicopter. Okay? Mosquitoes, gnats, bugs, whatever. Okay, we know it's a bug. And they're being dropped off by a fucking helicopter. So now I'm going to show you a clip from the Afram festival. See how they swatting like fucking crazy? Everywhere. When I say everybody was swatting, and I'm talking about y'all, it had to be at least 1,500 to 2,000 people out there, on this particular day. This was the last day of the festival. It was a 2-day festival. It was like a Saturday and a Sunday. It was Father's Day weekend. So it ended on that Sunday. I went to both days. The first day was nothing like that. Okay? Nothing like that. It was cool. We was outside. Again, everything was based in the grass area. So we know that during the summertime, of course, when you walk through grass, you can kick up gnats and flies and whatever else comes from the grass. We understand that, but not to that capacity. Right? Not to that fucking capacity. That is insane. So the first day, again, that Saturday that I went, it was nothing like that. Again, we were still sitting in the grass. There was no bugs attacking us coming from every motherfucking where. We were good. Everybody was having a great time. It was a good vibe. Everything was cool. Even when the sun started going down, that's usually when a lot more bugs become more active. It was still cool, right? That second day, it is in the middle of the afternoon. It could be, it got to be every bit of 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And after that helicopter, we was all out there just, it was crazy. Everywhere you looked out that motherfucker, people are just flying, slapping shit around. It was insane. It was insane. It was like being attacked. Like we had to leave early the second day or the last day of the festival because of that. It didn't have shit to do with nothing else but the motherfucking gnats or flies, mosquitoes, whatever the fuck it was. Okay, I don't think it was even mosquitoes at the Afram. I think those were gnats because they were really, really small. They didn't look like mosquitoes, and it wasn't really biting nobody. They were just flying around. But it was very fucking weird, and it didn't make sense until I seen that video of how that helicopter had dropped them, because it was a lot of helicopters flying over us at one point, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe they're getting footage for the news, you know what I'm saying? Because of course it's a local event. They're going to put it on the local news. Apparently not. Okay. So not only are we under attack when it comes to food, when it comes to products, when it comes to water, when it comes to basic necessities, but they're attacking us through bugs. Okay. There's also a video that I'm also gonna pull up as well. Where a man killed a mosquito and it had a fucking serial number code on it. So I'm gonna show y'all. He kills this mosquito and it has like a robotic inside with a serial number on it. Okay. Now, what motherfucking mosquito got numbers on it? Even if you don't believe in shit like this, like I know it's a lot of information that's coming out and it sounds so fiction, because it's like, it's no way that can be true, right? It's no way that can be accurate. It's a lot of information that, you know, is coming out now that a lot of people are just struggling to believe, just because you've been in this kind of padded type of lifestyle where you've been so sleep and you've been so shielded from the truth, that now that the truth is being revealed, it's stranger than fiction. Like, you just can't believe that this shit is actually going on. But when you see things like that, there's no way a mosquito organically has a number sequence on its body. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You're not going to go out in a wild and find a random mosquito that has a serial number on it. That's just something that just don't happen. So then you got to start asking yourself, how does this random person that is in random civilization, okay? He's not on no type of governmental, you know, a force or on government property or anything like that. He's minding his business at his own house in his own space, and just so happened to kill a mosquito, and this bitch got a serial number on it. So then it begs the question, how many motherfucking mosquitoes are out here that are actually created in labs and have fucking serial numbers on them and have robotic ass bodies? If I can randomly find a mosquito like that at my house in the safety of my own four walls, then obviously these motherfuckers is out here. This can't be the only one. You telling me I just so happen to run into the only mosquito that has a serial number? No. Okay, it has to be more common than what it appears to be. Okay, so pay attention to that. If you see weird ass bugs around you, and just be careful of letting, you know, shit biting you and things of that nature. A good anti-bug spray. Well, I don't know how these mosquitoes work, because they're not real bugs, but I know that there are certain essential oils that you can use to rub on your body to repel bugs. I know rosemary is definitely one that I use personally, that I get a lot of good effects from. You can make your own rosemary oil. Just, you know, saturate that rosemary with oil, leave it for a couple of days in a dark place, strain it, and then just put it on your skin. Okay, wherever, you know, you may get contact from the outside on your skin, put the oil there. You should be straight. Rub it in just like you would any other you know, moisturizer or whatever into your skin. I would make that the last layer. So if you put on your lotions and stuff first, then I would make the last layer the rosemary oil. There's also something, I think, is it limoncello, or I don't know how you pronounce it. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. But that's also a good bug repellent as well. Okay, so just be careful out here. That's all I have to say. Okay, now let's get into Sleepy Joe Biden. Okay, let's get into Sleepy Joe Biden. First of all, I don't understand why we have this senile ass, dementia, body-ridden motherfucker still in the White House doing anything. I don't care if he's a puppet or not. Okay, nobody should be in the motherfucking White House acting as the president and they got Alzheimer's. That's fucking ridiculous, and it's crazy. This nigga always seemed like he wake up on stage, like he's sleeping or he in a trance, and then he wake the fuck up, and then he's in front of a whole bunch of people, and he don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, so of course Biden is always saying some shit that either don't make sense, or he always saying some shit that he not supposed to say. Okay, and just recently he did a combination of both. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all and play y'all a clip of this motherfucker getting up there, not making no motherfucking sense, and accidentally blurring out some stuff that he apparently wasn't supposed to say, and they hurried up and cut his mic off real quick. Okay, he mentioned something about he was meeting with someone. He didn't say who that someone was, but he said he was meeting with someone and they had conversations about the country and what they're going to be doing with something and moving forward with something. And then he started talking about saying something in regards to a third world country or something, and I guess he started saying too much, and they cut his motherfucking microphone. So I'm gonna play this so that y'all can hear it and see it. Hopefully y'all can hear it. Yeah.
If you don't have a game plan, he may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed. Yeah, we talked about at the conference overall. We talked about stability. We talked about making sure that the third world, the southern hemisphere had access to chemical.
Thank you, everybody. This ends the press conference. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
The music really takes me out. But first of all, who you talking about you was meeting with and discussing the country with? Joseph. That's what's not making sense, first of all. Okay, you're the president. So you talking about, yeah, we had a meeting about, the country and what we're gonna do with this and what we're gonna do with that. And we also had a meeting about the third world. Apparently, whatever he was about to say after that, they didn't want him to motherfucker say, and they cut that mic quick. Okay, they got his ass the fuck up out of there, cut that microphone. And this man even said, yeah, I'm about to go to bed. Anybody who was still defending the fact that this nigga needs to be in the White House and not saying that he needs to be impeached immediately, I'm concerned about your brain cells at this point. None of this shit is making sense. So apparently whatever he was about to say, he was about to spill some shit he wasn't supposed to spill in regards to third world countries or in regards to whatever conversation he had with this mystery person. And they had to hurry up and cut that microphone off and shut him the fuck up. Okay, because he was about to fuck it up for, whatever they got going on, he was about to tell it. With whatever, situations that they dealing with and whatever protocols they putting together, he was about to spill the beans. Okay, and they had to get his ass the fuck up out of there immediately. Because apparently whatever he was about to say, it would have told something, that obviously we needed to know, but they don't want us to know. So that just goes to show how much control and power a president actually has. He's up there. He has no idea what the fuck is going on. This man just said, yeah, and I'm about to go to bed. In the middle of his motherfucking speech, in the middle of him answering questions, he tells the reporters he's about to go to bed. Excuse me? That don't even make sense. Please go lay Pop down. Okay? Go lay Pop down. Give him his tea, his crackers, his 5 o'clock medicine. Okay? And let that man take a nap. Let's go ahead and get him up out of the White House. Yes, we all know, on the bigger scheme of things, that no president ever controls anything, but this just don't even make no motherfucking sense. At this point, it's very embarrassing and it just looks absolutely ridiculous. This man just said he's going to go to bed in the middle of a press conference. What do you do with that? I don't know. Okay. Also, talking about Biden and his best friends, Obama got some heat coming his way because Larry Sinclair, if you don't know who Larry Sinclair is, I definitely think that you need to go look him up in his story. Larry Sinclair is basically Obama's old whoop-de-whoop. Okay, if you don't know, Obama wrist been broke for a long time, and this is why most of the things that he did when he was president had to do with the LGBTQ community. It didn't have shit to do with us niggas because he don't give a fuck about us niggas. He was in there for an agenda. Okay, he was in there to push a certain agenda, and that is exactly what he did. Larry Sinclair knew Obama when he was Senator Obama back in Chicago, and Larry Sinclair used to do coke allegedly with Obama. Okay, do drugs with Obama allegedly in the back of his limousine. Okay, when he was Senator Obama, and he used to give him a little bit of neck. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Okay, he used to be giving Obama the neck in the back of the motherfucking limousine while they was high up on cocaine. Don't believe me? Go watch Larry Sinclair's testimony on YouTube. Just type it in. Larry Sinclair testifies. You will see the whole motherfucking video of him testifying talking about how he used to give Obama that Gawk Gawk 3000 in the back of the lag. Okay, and how him and Obama used to be high up on that white girl on that booger sugar. Okay, now Larry Sinclair, I thought for a long time, and I could be from a different timeline because I know we be jumping timelines, but from the timeline I remember, Larry Sinclair was unalived, which is why he didn't come forward all of this time. But apparently he is alive, and he is supposedly supposed to do a interview with Tucker Carlson. Okay, Tucker Carlson is the Caucasian man that be on what is it? I don't think it's Daily News. One of those YouTube news things. I don't know. But he's supposed to be doing an interview with him and basically giving him all the tea on Obama. So I don't know when that interview is supposed to drop. I haven't seen anything about it as far as the actual interview being out already. So I don't know when it's supposed to drop or when it's supposed to air. Thank you, Fox News. I don't know when it's supposed to drop or air, whatever the case is, but definitely keep your eyes open. That's gonna be juicy, okay? And it's gonna really cause a uproar, okay? Because y'all know how many people love Barack Obama, not because he was a good president or a great president, but because that nigga is black. I mean, that's the only reason why people like him, and it's fucking ridiculous to me. But that should be a real juicy interview. I'm gonna be tuned in because I love me a good juicy tale, especially when he went on record. Okay, anytime you give a testimony and you go on record to give your testimony, you are under oath, right? Meaning you have to be telling the motherfucking truth. So for him to put this shit on record that he was in the back of the lag giving Obama the neck, baby, I believe it. And he's Caucasian, okay? And you know, he Caucasian, so I know that they was doing heroin. They started doing heroin, you know, very, very upscale drug, you know, heroin. You know, Whitney said crack is whack, so I don't think it was crack. You know, politicians don't be doing, you know, they try to keep it classy. So maybe it was heroin or something. I don't fucking know. Regardless, they was getting to it in the back of his motherfucking limousine. So that interview is supposed to air sometime, I guess, within the next week, the next 7 days. I'm assuming. Keep a lookout for that. Definitely go watch his testimony first before you watch the interview, so that way it can all tie together and it can make sense. Somebody did put that they heard Michelle is Michael. Michelle is Michael. Michelle, this is why Joan Rivers just so happened to be unalived. You know, they said, you know, I think they said she died of complications or something, whatever. It was bullshit. But anyway, just like, you know, she said, you can go look on YouTube, you know, they was asking her, well, how would you feel about having, you know, a transsexual or, you know, a trans person in a White House? And she was like, no, or a gay couple in the White House or something like that. And she was like, we already have it with Obama. And it was like, huh? She was like, Michelle is a trans. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Yes, I can see all the comments. So we're like, all of a sudden after that, maybe less than 7 days later, Joan Rivers is no more. Okay, she just mysteriously is unalived. Okay, so everybody already knows Michelle is a man. We already know this. The only people that's holding on to the fact that she's a woman are people who are asleep, people who are just bots, or people who just want to believe what they want to believe because that's what they've been told for so long. Okay, but if you go and you do your own research and you go down that rabbit hole, baby, it's very clear to see that is a dude. Okay, a big dude at that. All right, last thing that I want to go over is the video of these workers in Mexico or on the Mexican border that are building up the wall. Okay, and a guy goes to them and is like, you know, why y'all building up this wall? Like, what's going on? And he's like, well, they told us to prepare for the U.S. is basically going to fall. And they know that a lot of people are going to try to sneak over into Mexico or try to run to Mexico to escape the US. So they're building a wall. Now, I'm about to start looking for houses in Mexico because I just don't have time. You know, anytime you see these motherfuckers going and you see the Mexicans finishing the wall, okay, it wasn't the US people. It wasn't nobody from the US that was touching that wall. It was the motherfucking Mexicans on their side of the fucking world, okay, on their side of the property and in Mexican territory, building the motherfucking wall. And they said they're doing it because the US is apparently going to fall and they don't want people trying to sneak over to Mexico to escape the US. So let me say this. If you've been thinking about moving out the country, baby, do it. If you've been thinking about moving to Mexico, do it. I'm about to start looking at houses in Mexico. I already heard it was cheaper. And the food is fresh. And you don't have to worry about the bullshit. Okay. Mexico also, I ain't never heard about Mexico, you know, having no crazy like shit happening like earthquakes and things of that nature. Mexico is kind of chill, right? It's kind of chill. It's still America. So you're not really in another continent. You still close, you know what I'm saying? It's still technically the Americas, technically. But at the end of the day, get the fuck, okay? Go somewhere. Make sure wherever you go, you're welcome. Do your research because everybody don't like us, and you can't go everywhere and blend in and do what you need to do. But baby, when I say I'm thinking about going ahead and moving to Cancun, Cabo, what's the other one? I can't even think of I can't think of it. But yeah, I'm about to start doing some heavy research, and I'm so dead ass serious because one thing about it is I'm not about to be stuck nowhere. I'm not about to be stuck nowhere that they're trying to be on some bullshit. Okay. So do your research, just look into it. I'm not saying, you know, run scared and get worried and lose your mind. But what I am saying is it's better to have options in mind. It's better to have some type of plan just in case you need to activate that motherfucker, especially if you got children. Definitely do your research and, you know, look into other options. You know, it's different when you are a single person and you can just move how you want to move, but when you got babies, you kind of want to be pre-planned and want to make sure wherever you're going is also conducive for your children as well, because all of these places is not child safe, okay, or black people safe, okay. A lot of people love to buy us, okay, for thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, buy us whole or buy us broken up into pieces. Okay, either way, we are a hot commodity in a lot of places. So make sure that you're moving with caution. Make sure that you're paying attention. Make sure that you are, you know, getting a plan together just in case you need one. Okay, I honestly have not been feeling the major desire or the need to have like a plan in place at this point because I don't feel like anything is going to happen too soon, you know. And when I say too soon, I mean within the next like 2 to 3 years. I don't see it happening like that in the next 2 to 3 years, but it is something that, you know, I do see happening eventually. So it's better to be safe than sorry is all I'm gonna say in regards to that. So that concludes our topics for today. Hopefully I got something out of all of these topics. Definitely share this video with anyone who you think could use these topics, this insight, these messages, who may be interested in this type of stuff. Also know that I do have a spiritual group where we do communicate and talk about a lot of these different things on a daily basis. It is based in the Geneva app. So if you are interested, definitely make sure that you go check out my Facebook, any of the Facebook groups, or I think the link is also in the bio for my on YouTube for the Geneva app. Or you can just inbox me and I can send it to you. Of course, the only requirement is that you be black and you have a profile picture. If we can't verify, validate that you're black, you won't get in, and that's just that on that. Also tomorrow is Higher Wisdom Wednesdays. Like I said, we're going to be getting into numerology tomorrow, as well as some other, you know, higher wisdom things. So definitely tune in for that tomorrow. It'll be around the same time. I'll answer a couple of questions before I get up off of here. Also, if you do want to send a tip or donation, my information is here. If you want to book any consultations, readings, mentorships, or anything like that, please shoot me an email. My website is currently down right now. I'm doing some work on my website, so it's going to be down for a while. So the best way to contact me is via email or inboxing me on either my Facebook or my Instagram. Okay, and all that information is going on the screen below. Okay, questions. Did you talk about COVID being on the rise again? Yes, I did. What are your thoughts on the grid going down? So like I said, as far as like the grid going down, I don't see that happening within the next couple of years. I really don't. I personally just don't see it at this point. If I do, feel that inkling, then, of course I'll say something to y'all, but I don't think there's anything that's going to happen immediately. I do know that they're going to start running tests. There's one test that's supposed to be coming, I think it's October 4th. They're supposed to be doing a nationwide test via our cell phones and things of that nature, where I think it's FEMA or somebody is supposed to be checking to make sure our security measures are in place and making sure that everyone gets notifications when there is something going on. They said it's not supposed to last more than a couple of minutes, but who fucking knows? Again, that's supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, October 4th. Definitely go research it and look into that as well. But I don't see the grid going down. If anything, I think that they're learning a lot about us as we are waking up. They tried to do another pandemic when it came to the monkeypox shit that failed miserably because we didn't even pay that shit no attention. Just a couple of months ago, they also, not even a couple of months ago, like a month ago, like last month sometime, they was talking about a new virus that people were getting, something they had doctors. It was a couple of videos that I seen, but nobody is paying that shit no attention. A lot of us learned, which I'm so happy about, even though everybody is not necessarily woke or awake or have the insight as to what is actually going on. It doesn't change the fact that a lot of people still don't trust, the government when it comes to any of these viruses or diseases or anything like that, which is why they're going back to COVID. They tried to offer us a new virus. We wasn't going with that shit. They tried to tell us something else is going to happen and you can die from this and you can die from that. And nobody's hearing that shit. We're not listening. But they know, because COVID has such an effect, and a lot of people did lose loved ones during that time, not necessarily because of COVID. It was literally because they was poisoning people. And in hospitals, they were purposely not giving people the medication that they needed. Okay. And they were also just registering if anybody passed away in the hospital during that time, they said it was COVID, and it wasn't COVID. But because they were successful with that, they're going back to that, right? This is why now they're trying to go back to COVID again. Now COVID is coming back around, which doesn't make sense, right? And let's just put a couple things into perspective. COVID shouldn't be coming back around in a way that it is if they got all of these people vaccinated and the vaccination was the answer. If the vaccination was all that they said that it was going to be and all that they're trying to make it seem that it was, then why are we afraid of this shit coming back around? Doesn't that mean that all of these people are already vaccinated and they should be safe? Doesn't it mean that we non-vaccinated people should also be safe because all of y'all are vaccinated and boosted? What the fuck is the point of having a vaccine if everybody's going to go and be running scared again when they talking about the shit coming back outside? That just don't make no motherfucking sense to me. It just makes no motherfucking sense. And then the question that I have again is, how is COVID even coming back if y'all got all of these people vaccinated? And it's just so happened to come back now? It's just weird timing. As we're going into the winter is when COVID is coming back. Because they know that shit makes no sense for the summer months. It's way too fucking hot for you to say that you got any type of viral infection because it's hot as fuck. So, that shit can't be passed around easily because it's hot as shit. But because it's getting colder, right? And people are automatically going to start getting sick because it's cold and flu season. There is such thing as a natural cold and flu, right? Now it's cold and flu season. All of a sudden, they talking about COVID stuff is spiking. Be for fucking real. It don't have shit to do no motherfucking COVID. It is cold and flu season. People are going to naturally get sick around this time. That's just what happens when it starts getting cold outside. The temperature start changing. Some people have sinus issues and everything else. Simple. Okay, you ain't heard about, when the last time you heard about a flu vaccine? I'll wait. Exactly. When the last time you heard about, somebody just having the common cold? When the last time somebody just been sick because they got a cold? Or just sick because they have a sinus infection or having sinus issues? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay? They are now admitting the vaccines were useless. Well, I mean, yeah, we knew that. They're also saying that the unvaccinated can get the effects of the vaccine from people who took it. So yeah, that was one thing that we was discussing in our group in the Geneva app as well, is the transfer of the vaccine through things like intercourse, right? Or things of that nature. This is why I'm a huge advocate of, if you are unvaccinated, you need to be sleeping with people who are also unvaccinated, because there's so many different ways that have been discovered of how that vaccine can be transmitted. And if you're trying to keep yourself away from it, then you need to keep yourself away from it. Period. Okay. I'm a big advocate on asking people, are they vaccinated? If I'm thinking about dating you, if we in the beginning stages, I'm not even going to create no relationship. I don't even want to know nothing about you. Are you vaccinated? Duh, is one of my first questions. Are you vaccinated? Do you got children? That's my two first questions. Those are my two non-negotiables. If one of those answers is yes, then my answer is automatically no. Okay, and that's just that on that. So be very careful. If you have a partner who was vaccinated and you're not vaccinated, be very careful, okay? Because who knows how that goes. Now, I do know a lot of people did receive placebos. Okay, if you don't know what a placebo is, it's basically a saline solution that was shot into people rather than the actual vaccine. Some people did receive, a saline solution or a placebo solution rather than the vaccine, which is very rare. And you don't really know until you know. Also, if you want to know more about the vaccine and the harmfulness of it, excuse me, go look at that documentary that they did called, y'all, what's the vaccine documentary that they did? I can't think of it. If you know it, say it in the comments. It's not coming to me right now. I'm trying to think. It was on Twitter and Rumble. Damn, what is it called? It's really not coming to me. I'm trying to think so that y'all can have it. Let me see. Let me see. Not a shot in the dark. Died suddenly. That's what it's called. Died suddenly. DIED. Suddenly. Okay. Go watch that. That is basically the medical examiners and different people of that nature talking about all of the cases that they've been getting with these people who just died suddenly, right? And they go and they start to look into their bodies and they perform these autopsies, and they realize that they have these black nanoparticles in their bloodstream. They also were finding these very, very long pieces of protein or some type of something, like these long pieces of whatever it is in people's blood streams and their fucking arteries, okay, which was causing blood clots and causing their blood vessels to be blocked. So a lot of them died from strokes which is a lack of blood supply to the brain. A lot of them die from, blood clots. And when blood clots move around, blood clots move. So if it moves to the wrong part of your body and it cuts off blood circulation or blood flow from a specific part, you're going to die immediately. It don't take no time. So, that documentary shows you, a lot of what the body looks like after it's been vaccinated, what happens to the body after it's been vaccinated. That suddenly also has a Twitter page where they post every day about people who died suddenly because of this vaccine, people who got vaccinated, got boosted, and then they passed away and things of that nature. So definitely go, I implore you to go down that rabbit hole and to, look into those things, because it is something that we should be privy of. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our family members unfortunately got vaccinated. My whole damn family is vaccinated, literally. The only people that's not vaccinated in my immediate family is myself and my middle brother. That's it. Everybody else got it. My daddy, my other two brothers, my mama, her husband, my grandparents on both sides, aunties, uncles, some of my cousins. Everybody got that motherfucker. Now, I don't know if everybody is boosted, but I know everybody got the initial shot. Okay? So, I always try to tell y'all, I don't never say things to scare you, but I say things to prepare you for what can ultimately happen. And the reality is, a lot of the medical experts told us that we wouldn't necessarily see the bad results of this vaccine until about 2 to 3 years later. And as we start to go through the rest of the 20s, 2020, we in 2023 now, 2024 and on up, we're going to see a lot of unexplained deaths. We're going to see a lot of there's going to be a lot of tragedy, in a lot of families. And the best thing I can say is there's no way to prepare for anyone that you love, passing away suddenly and unexpectedly. But you can inform yourself as much as you can, as to what's going on. If you took the shot yourself, I would definitely suggest you start to do an alkaline diet detox. You need to be putting as many, electrical foods and things into your body, charged foods, live foods into your body as possible, to push a lot of that acidic shit out and to push a lot of that bullshit out. Alkaline is the best condition for the body. Anything, no disease can survive in an alkaline body. We learned that from Dr. Sebi, and it is absolutely true. As long as you are feeding your body live things, okay? Live things mean things that come from the earth, things that are charged from the sun and grown in the grass, okay? Grown from the ground. You need to put as much of those things into your body as possible. A lot of water-based fruits, so your watermelons. Be careful with your watermelons. Don't buy no motherfucking watermelons from Walmart. I told y'all on the last Topic Tuesday that Walmart watermelons been exploding, literally exploding, and people are opening them and it's full of like water. It's not even fucking watermelon. I seen one video of this lady. I'm gonna see if I can find it. This lady poured the motherfucking watermelon out and it was like water, literally. Like she just cut the top of it and just turned it over and it just gushed out. Let me see if I can find. I want to find that particular video because that shit just is crazy to me. But I mean, if you type in exploding watermelons, so many videos pop up, which is also fucking scary. Okay, let me see if I can find it real fast. I think I sent it to Sai. Okay, yeah, here you go.
I had never seen this happen before. I went to cut open a watermelon and a lot of liquid came out. That's the only cut I made, okay? I don't think there's any watermelon in there.
Look at these watermelons, y'all.
Oh, I opened it. It's open.
And y'all don't think they trying to motherfucking take us out.
so disgusting. I've never
Look
seen
at that
nothing like
shit.
this in my life. I don't even buy these seedless watermelons. I go to Sprouts, get a seedless watermelon.
So she got hers from Sprouts. That's a chemical reaction. It's fizzing like that.
Yo, I'm up in Walmart right now.
Let's see what else he's talking about.
Stuff going on all over the world. Check this out. Yeah, did you see that? Bro, it's got pressure behind it. What in the world?
I have never seen this happen before. I went
So, apparently she got hers from Aldi, someone else got theirs from Walmart, and then someone else got theirs from Sprouts. So all I'm saying is, please be careful. I know us conspiracy theories, y'all always call us conspiracy theorists, and then shit like this happen, and we've been telling y'all to watch what y'all eat. But when we was telling y'all to watch what y'all eat before, y'all was saying, oh, we can eat whatever we want to eat and still be spiritual. Be for fucking real. Okay, put that shit in your body and let's see if you wake up tomorrow morning. I mean, just simple as that. Okay, be careful. Pay attention to what you're eating. I don't know if y'all remember when Bill Gates went and bought up all of that farmland and started his own food plants. Y'all need to go get familiar with the companies that buy produce from him, so you can avoid it. You need to know what the name of his companies are and all of the companies he got money in, so you can avoid it. Okay? Because that's fucking crazy. Okay? Yes, the watermelon diet is popular right now. It most definitely is. But this is the time when we utilize local growers. Okay, this is why growing your own shit is so important, or knowing people who grow their own shit is so important, right? Because this is when you can go to local farms, local markets. Okay, y'all need to find the farmers markets, the actual farmers markets, not buildings named farmers market. Okay, no, an actual damn farmers market where all of the farmers and people who grow their own produce, they come and they meet once a week and they sell their shit. You need to know what days and what places the motherfuckers gonna be at. Wake your motherfucking ass up and you do your grocery shopping with those people. Okay? Please, 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 please hear me. It is so important. I know here locally where I'm at, we have, every Saturday and some Sundays they do local farmers markets, or they do I guess it's still called farmers markets, but they have all the different tables out and people bring all of their produce and all of their different things that they grow and things of that nature. You have your flowers, you got your actual produce, you got your grains, you got your eggs, you got your milk, all the things that come from people's personal farms and personal growers. Okay. And you can sit there and you can feel and, make sure all of it is what it needs to be before you purchase it. But for sure you're getting a better product than going to a store where they're mass selling produce. Okay, anywhere that they're mass selling anything or mass producing anything is going to be shitty quality. That's just that on that. Okay, so familiarize yourself with the local farmers markets in your city or your state. Even if you got to cross state lines every Saturday to go get the best food, then you got to do what you got to do. You either cross state lines every Saturday to get the best food, or you end up in the hospital and you got to pay the medical bills. One or the other. You got to pick a struggle. Okay. But that's that on that. Again, it has been a very successful Topic Tuesday. Tomorrow we're going to get into, like I said, numerology for our Higher Wisdom Wednesdays. I'm going to teach you guys how to use numerology to figure out where you currently are in your energetic cycle and how to take advantage of it. We're going to go through some of the main aspects of numerology, how to read it, what different charts and things you need to be familiar with. So all of that will be for tomorrow around the same time. Other than that, I send y'all so much light and love. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace.